All right. So from Sambuca 10, great teachings. Love the show. It gives me a lot of info. It teaches me more.
Wait, time out. His name is Sambuca?
Sambuca 10.
Sambuca, that's a drink, right? That's
Yeah. It makes me gag.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. But go ahead.
Cool name, though. Cool name.
Good
Love
coffee.
the show. It gives me a lot of info and teaches me more about the game, and which helps as an aspiring analyst.
Mm-hmm.
I also am an Eagles fan in DC, and going to a game here is almost like being in Philly. You know, it is true.
It is. He's saying because there's so many Eagles fans.
Yeah,
okay, I get you.
And I know the Watcher fans hate that, but hey, you know what? Your team's not very good, and you guys don't pack the house.
Team isn't good. Stadium isn't good. Ownership isn't good.
Not very good.
Yeah.
Yep. Last time I went, it was a must-win for the Eagles, and it was a sea of green. Very cool. Mm-hmm. Question for you guys: with question marks on Sanders' future with the team, if he's healthy this season, do you want to see him resign? If not, what kind of running back do you want to see drafted, signed, in his replacement? Look, we don't work for the team, so it's not really our decision. But in terms of analyzing the decision based on what we know how they work, they rarely walk away from good players. They're not in the business of doing that. They like to develop their players and reward their players. But this particular player, despite the tape being good, he's had a major injury history. Mm-hmm. Not like bad long-term injuries, but nagging, soft tissue, knee, this, that, and the other. We reported on our show his rookie season. I think it was this 19 was his first. Hamstrings. We had the nugget that he had strains on both hamstrings.
Yep, rookie year.
Right. Okay. And that was the spring. So yeah, he's had trouble staying healthy. You can't. What's that saying? You can't help the club in the tub. He misses too much time. Good player, good kid. But you know what? To answer your question, Sambuca, 10. I personally, if Geoff and I were running the team, he's got to play at least 14 of the 17 teams. He's got to do great. In fact, I don't base everything on how many touchdowns they score. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't score last season.
He did not have a touchdown, a rushing touchdown last year.
That can't happen. I'm sorry. That you can't reward that. Now,
well, but it's. I mean, there were plenty of, for whatever reason, Kenneth Gainwell was the. It's not like Miles Sanders was stopped at the goal line 6 times and he was a bad goal line back. He just didn't.
It was so weird.
Yeah,
and he converted. Yeah. And he converted too. You're right about Gainwell. Now you mentioned that, it was so odd because there was no sign of that in training camp. But you and I laughed again. Jeff and I were at a practice together, and we weren't counting, but it seemed like Gainwell had 50 catches in one practice. Mm-hmm. And that was the area where he really didn't get the football enough.
That's correct. It's very odd. He was a power back. Well, he wasn't really, but they used him like one.
And we had Ryan Silverfield, his Memphis head coach, on, and I'm not saying he was wrong, but he thought, like most people, they'd use Gainwell and Sanders together and split out Gainwell. We didn't really see that. So maybe in year 2, we will.
No. Well, all right. So, yeah, I'm with you. I just think it's going to be a weird season for him because if he does really, really well, he's got that kind of explosion that doing really well means he could make a lot of money on the open market. I don't think the Eagles would want to pay him a top 5 type running back salary.